Hi, it's Matt from Go Green Auto. So here we have a Nissan E-NV200 van. It is a late 2015 van. It's got the 24 kilowatt hour battery pack and the battery is owned, so there's no lease payments like there is with a Renault van. And I'll just show you in the back. This is ply lined with a solid bulkhead with a little window at the top and fully ply lined. So this van is the Acenta Rapid Plus. So what that means is it's got the DC rapid charging at the front. It's also got the upgraded 6.6 kilowatt AC charging, and this one has also got the winter pack. And what you get with the winter pack are these switches down here. So you've got heated seats both sides and a heated steering wheel, and that is as well as being really nice, that is really efficient in the winter. So obviously with an EV you've got to generate heat, and generating your heat in the winter uses a lot of power, and using a heated seat or a heated steering wheel doesn't use anywhere near the amount of energy, and it heats your contact points. It's a lot more efficient. So maybe using the preconditioning to get the vehicle ready before you leave will get the van up to temperature and it'll melt all the ice off the windows. And then when you're doing your journey, because the vehicle's already up to temperature, you then possibly can just drive with the heated seat and heated wheel on without the heating on at all, so you still retain 100% of your battery power and 100% range. So the primary reason for this video is to show you the condition, and if you see my videos before, you'll know I point out every little stone chip, mark or scratch, and that gives people the confidence to buy the vehicles from afar, and you don't need to come and view, and then I get the vehicle delivered to you, and I can deliver these anywhere in the country and they'll come to you on a flatbed or a trailer. And I don't hide anything. There's absolutely no point. I want people to know exactly what they're buying. So I can sometimes come across a bit negative because I'm only pointing out very tiny little marks, but I get happy customers, and you can look at the testimonials on the website and you can see what people are saying. So this one came from Lex Auto Lease. It's an ex-lease vehicle, so only one owner from new, and it was previously sign written, and you could see the where the sign writing was. It actually came from Bournemouth University. So it was obviously a vehicle that was used just on the campus by the maintenance guys, I suspect. So because it was sign written, someone made a very bad job of removing the sign writing, so there's quite a lot of little nicks in the paint where they remove the sign writing. It really does annoy me that sign written gets removed like that on ex-lease vehicles. They don't take the effort of just using a heat gun and removing it slowly. I think they use these cutting wheels, and the consequence is you get lots of nicks in the paint. So I have dabbed them all up with a bit of white touch-up stick, but I will show you that in a minute. So obviously it's a van, so you know you got to expect some wear and tear in a van. Tyre tread depths are on the website. Everything I'm going to point out I've taken pictures of, so you can go on the website and go into the photo gallery and you can zoom into the pictures and have a really good look in detail. So tyres are all good apart from the one on the other side. It is getting a little bit low. It's at 3 mil at the moment. The tyre tread depth's on the website as well, but the spare, these have a full-size spare on the back, and the spare is still brand new, so it wasn't worth putting the spare on the other side yet because there's still some life left in that, but maybe whoever buys that will want to do that in 6 months, 8 months time or so. So looking around the front, really tidy. Generally this is a really smart van, as you can see, but there's just lots of little nicks in the paint where the sign written has been removed, and I will show you those. So there was a bigger one there about the size of my fingernail. There's a couple of others, and I have dabbed a bit of white paint, primer white paint, and lacquer on top, but you're always going to see and I have used actually the genuine Nissan paint as well, but of course the white paint on a van fades with the sun, and the new paint is never a perfect match, so you're always going to see where it's been tidied up. But anyway, the bumpers are all really nice, no scratching at all. There's a bit of curbing on this wheel trim along this edge. I have put a bit of silver paint on there to make it look a bit better, but it's nicked around there as well, and a little bit around the bottom, but the rest of it's really nice. This is a tyre which is quite low, but 3 mil as I said, I think. Got new wiper blades on it as well. Looking down this side, the only thing I've got to point out Oh, there's a tiny little dent there and maybe a little one there, really small. You're going to get that on a van, it's been used after all. But these are the nicks, these are quite long. You know, that one is 1.25 inches, an inch. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 there. There was a few here, there's 2 I can see there. But yeah, there's probably in total about 20 places I've had to dab a bit of paint in along the side. There's a minute little dent there, there's a little touch-up bit there and there I've done, but this is all very small. But this is the worst panel. These bits here are more significant, but if you're going to sign write the van anyway, you're going to cover it up. So I might be sounding negative again. Tiny little dent there, a little one there, that's a little bit more serious, and that had sort of chipped the paint slightly, so I put a bit of paint in there. The back bumper's popped out along this side. It's clearly had a knock, parking knock, and it's deformed the bumper a little bit, and there's no clips behind there that hold that. They just hold on little plastic, don't know what you call it, latches, ridges. But the bumper's deformed, which is what happens with plastic bumpers, but it's deformed enough that it won't quite hold on the clips. But it's fixed here and it's fixed round there. It's just where it's deformed a bit, and it's about 3-4 millimeters, so it's not bad. This wheel trim's got a bit of curbing along the edge, but it's just a plastic wheel trim at the end of the day. The tyres are great. Looking round the back, a few little scratches on the bumper, which you would expect because you're going to load stuff in. And there was a few more little paint nicks where the sign written has been removed along here. This isn't quite so bad, you don't notice it at first, but there's more here. This is, putting dust on it. This is more serious. There's a few here and a few there. Again, probably 20 in total there. And then looking on the inside, it's all ply lined, full length ply on the doors, which is quite nice. And it's been used at the end of the day. The boxing on the wheel arches could do with being improved a little bit. I'll show you that from the side doors. The latches are rusted a bit. Clearly they were putting damp stuff in. You can't really see, can you, because of the shadows. And there's a bit there where it has the paint's come off and it has rusted a bit, but it's just surface rust. It's all still very solid, but you're going to get that on vans where they've been used. And then looking around this side, much better on this side, really clean and tidy, no dents. Just again, there's a few nicks along here, mainly on this door. There's a bigger one there. It depends how the light shines. At the moment it's all looking very nice, but there's probably 5 or 6 places I've had to do little touch-ups along there. I put new wheel trims on this side because 2 were better than the other 2, so that's got brand new trims on this side. And then if I open it up, we can see there the boxing. There used to be plastic trim here, and that's gone missing for some reason, so the boxing doesn't quite fill the gap properly. So if you're I haven't bothered remaking some box sections because it's likely anyone who buys this might do it all again anyway, or put racking in or change the interior. But you know, it's no problem the way it is. That one's a little bit better than this one, but you know, ideally you would stick another bit of wood there and a new bit across the top, but you know, it doesn't necessarily need doing. And then that's it on the outside, really clean down here. You know, I might be sounding negative, but all it really is just nicks where the sign writing has come off. It's just a shame that people seem to do it so bad on ex-lease vehicles. Of course, they just get it done cheap. Looking on the inside, really clean and tidy. It's actually really smart on the inside. If you've looked at Nissan E-NV200 vans, you'll know that the seats always wear. It's because of the height of the seat. They're a lot higher than other vans of this class, but not quite high enough where you have to use the step to get out. So consequently, you slide in and out on the seat because it sort of sits at that halfway point. And even at very low mileage, these seats can completely wear out along this side. But these are pretty good. It's got a little bit of wear in the material, but you know, the bolster's all still there. Much, much better than average. I've also got new carpet mats on the floor. I've just got that paper there to keep them a bit clean. And then, as I said, we've got the winter packs, we've got the heated seats, heated steering wheel. We've got 2 keys. I've got the other key in my pocket, but there's the other key. CD, radio. This has got Bluetooth as well, climate control. And let's just start it up and we'll show you the mileage. And there we are, it's just booted up. Switched on, booted up, whatever you want to say, and the mileage is 9,256 miles. So as I said, this came from university, so what you get with these vehicles is very low mileage, but they still have the use day to day, but they're just doing very few miles, so they have the normal wear and tear of a 5-year-old vehicle, but the mileage of a 1-year-old vehicle. So got the paperwork here, and the logbook, Lex Auto Lease, as I said, no previous keepers, so only 1 keeper for new, and the registration date is the 21st of December 2015. And here we've got all of the books and the security card and everything that you'd want to see. And then if I just use the buttons down here and we look at that right hand screen on the dash, we can see there that we've got 2 charge times, a 6 kilowatt and a 3 kilowatt charge time. So that shows us it's got the upgraded 6.6 kilowatt AC charger up front, so you're going to get faster charging at home or your workplace or on a public 7 kilowatt charger. And then if I scroll around here, we've got the battery state of health and we've got 12 out of 12 bars. And if I just scroll down to average economy, 2.8. So this has been driven pretty badly. The average economy is pretty poor. You should really be driving them around about the 4 miles per kilowatt hour. And that's why the guessometer is showing only 26 miles with what, a quarter of a tank, half a tank. You're going to obviously get more miles for that, but that guessometer is based on recent driving. So it's been driven uneconomically because it's probably doing short little trips around a site. And it's been sat for a long time because obviously we've had COVID and it's probably been sat in a compound for quite a few months. So once this is back in use and the economy, the real world driving economy improves, ideally in the summer you want to be 4.5 miles per kilowatt hour, then the guessometer is going to compensate and show you some more realistic range. But what you're going to get on these, a 24 kilowatt hour battery, or somewhere between around the 80 mile mark. If you max these out and drive very efficiently, you can get about 95 miles. But generally you're around the 80 mile mark. It does depend on your driving style, of course, just like a diesel, of course. If you're going to drive inefficiently, you're going to use more fuel. So in the back here, we've got, a Lex Auto Lease bag. That's probably got, I could probably chuck this away actually. Let's see what we've got now. A warning triangle vest, a camera, that's what, if you have an accident. Anyway, that's there. It was missing the charge cable, so I provided a new 32 amp 5 meter type 1 to type 2 charge cable there. I can also supply a portable charger, often called a granny cable, and that allows you to charge the vehicle on a main socket or a 3-pin plug. And I do a free loan of those, so you can keep the cable until your wall charger is installed, and you have to buy the cable with the vehicle. But once you've got your wall charger installed, then you can, if you don't want to keep it, you can return it to me and I'll give you all your money back, hence why it's a free loan. And then at the front here, we've got our charge ports. And the orange one is the AC one, so that's what you would use typically overnight to charge it while you're not using the van. And that's the one that's got the upgraded 6.6 kilowatt AC charger. And this is your CHAdeMO port. This is your DC rapid charger. This is 50 kilowatt, and this is what you would use on the roadside. So if you're doing a journey and you want a quick rapid charge, you use the DC connector, and this gives you a charge in about half an hour. Whereas the AC connector, that's the top-ups you use while you're not using the van, whether you're on site during the day or charging at night. This van has also got one of those reversing buzzers fitted, an aftermarket one. It's one of those sort of white noise one rather than a beep beep beep. It makes that sort of shh 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 noise. It's wired to the reversing light on this side, but the buzzer's actually inside the van, and it's in the inside that void behind that black panel, so you can get to it very easily with 2 screws, pop that off, and there's a void there, and it's all fitted in there, so you could easily just snip the wires if you wanted to disable it or remove it completely. It's also got parking sensors on the rear bumper. They're aftermarket and they all go back to that same location. However, I have a feeling they're not working, but I will test that out and I'll put the information on the website. But because they're aftermarket, then let's assume they're not working. There is just a little dent here on the driver's door. This edge lip is just indented by a few millimeters. It's clearly hit something when it's been swung open. So I've just noticed there is one other thing I just need to show you. There is a dent here in the panel. I'm not sure whether the camera's picking that up, but it's right in the middle of the panel. Of course, they're quite flexible, so those don't pull out, but it's not too bad. So there we go. You know, I might have sounded a bit negative, but of course, as I said, I don't hide anything, and I want you to know exactly what you're buying if you're buying this without coming to view it first. So yeah, generally this is a really nice condition van. It does look really smart from a distance, but you get up closer and you can see those little nicks where I've had to dab a little bit of white paint where they've removed the sign writing. But apart from that, it's in cracking condition. So this is ready to go. If you're interested, give me a call or email. Like I said, I can deliver these anywhere in the country, and it will come to you on a flatbed or a trailer, and it will be fully charged and ready to use. There is a charge for that, and that's based on distance, so let me know your postcode and I'll tell you exactly what that would cost. But if you're local, I will deliver it free of charge, of course.